What's going on, everybody? Pat Cosplay here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to build the US Agent helmet from the new Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. Does that make him America's ass now? Before we actually get into this video, I wanted to let you guys know that I made a pattern for this helmet to make it a lot simpler for you guys. I'll leave a link to my Etsy page where you can purchase it down below in the description of this video. It will make building this a lot simpler. You may have to scale it up or down depending on your head size. Mine is about 22 inches all the way around.
Alright, you're going to want to start off by taking the paper template, transferring the main portions over to 6mm EVA foam. That includes both sides and both of the tops, as well as the front of the mask or the helmet. After that, you're going to want to cut all of those out. Make sure that you cut at a 45-degree angle for 2 of the sides. I have marked it in my pattern for you guys to make it a lot simpler for you. For this other part, this is optional. If you don't want to use 1mm EVA foam, what you can do is just cut the middle piece there out of the 6mm foam. That way you still get that sort of definition on the mask. I just found this to be a lot better. For the sides, I'm using 2mm EVA foam. Here I'm just using super glue. You can use any type of glue you want. Super glue for me works and it's very inexpensive. Get this from the dollar store. Do the same thing to both sides and then start attaching it. You're going to want to use a heat gun to heat up the foam to make it a lot more malleable and a lot easier to attach both sides together. Wait for that glue to dry depending on what you are using. Right here, I am just filling in all of the extra pieces with some more glue, attaching the front piece, and again, using the heat gun to form the front nose piece. As you can see, it's bent there. I use the heat gun. The sides, doing the same thing, just using some super glue to attach it to the helmet. Attaching the 1mm piece, again, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but you see where you can see the gray line. That is where you would need to make the cut. Totally up to you guys, though. Alright, here we are attaching the symbols and the sides. This, you're going to want to use a very thin foam. You can use the 2mm foam, but I wanted to use the 1mm foam just to give a little bit of an elevation to it, not much. The chin, I'm using 6mm EVA foam, making 2 cuts with it, and just sliding this strap that I made through it. Attaching it to one side and then putting a Velcro piece on the other side so that I can take the helmet on and off very easily. For this, I'm using a Rust-Oleum navy blue paint. I went ahead and used 3 coats of this to give it a nice even coat all around. It turned out extremely well, and this was like the perfect blue that you could ever imagine for a helmet like this. Here I just taped off a little bit of it so that I can get a good paint going. Once I did the one side though, I found out that it was not necessary. I just left the rest of it blank and just went over it with my paintbrush, just using white dollar store paint. I used silver paint on the chin, also from the dollar store. And then I wanted to add a little bit more to the sides here, so I went ahead with some dollar store blue paint. I believe it was called like morning blue. It was just a very nice color, and I think it gives a nice sort of detail accent piece to it. I'm using black very, very lightly to give it a very light shadow to it.
So yes, this is made to 22 inches to go around my head. It fits absolutely perfectly. The only materials you'll need for this is going to be some 6mm EVA foam, 1mm EVA foam to get this small detail piece. You don't actually necessarily need this. You can always take it out of the 6mm foam by using a blade to like cut into it. That is definitely an option. I just wanted to do this to give it a very smooth finish because the 1mm foam is so smooth that like you don't have to do anything to it. So that's the reason I went with that. So I use just shelf liner from the dollar store. You can get them from pretty much any single dollar store, but you don't have to use anything like that. If you wanted to just use those like cord strap things that are on any backpack, you can use that for it. It'll look just as good. Trust me, it'll pretty much look exactly the same as this. For the navy blue, I went ahead and used, well, the navy blue Rust-Oleum paint right here. It's a paint and primer, so that helps quite a lot. I used black dollar store paint for the details. I used this blue to give this part just a little bit different of a look. I think it looks a lot better. You don't necessarily have to do that, but this was something that I wanted to make stand out a little bit more, and that's why I went with that. White paint for all of the white pieces on here. Some silver paint for the bottom part. And that's pretty much it to build this. You'll also need some Velcro to take this off. You can also use a button, just really whatever you guys want to use. And then you just go ahead and pop that on top here. Line that up so it's pretty even. Put that in front. And there you go. You got yourself a US agent helmet. Now I just need the shield. Should I make the shield? Would you guys want to see that video? Let me know in the comment section of this video. To actually build this, it should not take you that long. Build time required for this is probably about 4 hours. The rest is just waiting for paint to dry. So you can have this thing built in about 2 days. You'll have to give a day to let the leak seal dry. You can either use leak seal, flex seal, or plasti dip, up to you. And then another day to let this one dry. These paints, because they're acrylic, they actually dry very, very quickly, so you don't have to wait as long. I could have done this probably yesterday when I actually finished all the painting, but I just wanted to give it an extra day just for safety, I guess, so that I'm not touching it and getting paint all over my hands again. So that is the helmet there. If you guys want to get the pattern, remember the link is in the description of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button for more videos all related to cosplay. I make a lot of content about Marvel, DC, anything superhero related. That is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm America's ass now. But not the ass, the booty, more just an idiot, an ass, an asshole. I'm the butthole of America.